Audiobooks has changed a lot in the last 20 years. I now think that they're not only definitely reading, for many people, they're the best kind of reading.
Yes, it is Halloween. Yes, I have a mediocre costume on that I basically only bought this hat for. Who am I? You're asking? Well, Tia and Tamara from Sister, particularly this photo, because I think they look so cute and I thought this hat would be easy to get. So, forgive me, I'm recording this on Halloween. It's almost trick-or-treating time and I just thought it'd be fun to remember my costume, mediocre as it is, in the future. But today's topic has nothing to do with Halloween actually. It has everything to do with audiobooks. The hot button issue. Are audiobooks reading? Does it count? I frankly am not a part of that discussion because if I didn't have audiobooks, I might actually just combust. Something about me is I have a hellish commute. I've mentioned this once or twice in previous videos. It can range from 40 to 50 minutes each way. So that's up to an hour in the car every single day. That's 10 hours a week since work from home is dead. RIP work from home. I miss it. But here I am trying to make my commute as enjoyable as possible. I would lose my mind even more if I didn't have audiobooks. I'm going to get into a couple of questions about audiobooks, about how I like my audiobooks, and then I'm going to get into some of my favorites, some of my delicious favorites, because I have a couple. I have more favorites than I do worsts. Stick around and let me know what your favorite audiobooks are. Maybe also let me know some of your worst. I'm good with that too, so I can avoid. Sometimes there are audiobooks I want to avoid. I'm a little bit picky when it comes to my audiobooks about narrator, length of the book, and speed, but also the topic of the book. Like what kind of story the audiobook is also very important. Because like I said, I'm driving. So narrator. I actually never finished The Gunslinger because if you've heard the sample of the audiobook, this guy has the graveliest voice and it was really hard to listen to. I was trying this thing of listening instead of podcasts before bed, listening to audiobooks, and this guy, it was just so unpleasant. I'm so sorry, Mr. Gunslinger or narrator. I apologize, but it was not for me. Next thing, I do listen to audiobooks in the car mostly. Sometimes when I get to work, I'll keep listening while I make breakfast and stuff, while I eat my overnight oats. Excuse me. Trying to get fiber, okay? Isn't life just a quest to get more fiber and protein? Because I'm mainly in the car, I want to make sure that safety first, that I'm paying attention to the road first of all and not distracted by the audiobooks, or I'm missing too much of a book because I'm focusing on the road. So I pick books that I think will be more conducive to being on the road. And maybe I can zone out for a bit and not know what's going on. Like if I skip a couple of sentences, it'll be fine because I'm not going to get lost. And there is one book, we'll get into it. I'll let you know which one that was where I got lost. Maybe I need to read the book again. But so I want to make sure that I'm first of all driving safely. Something I won't pick up is like a real high fantasy. I actually did try Empire of Silence. I'm so close to being done. I really should hurry up. But I got this on the Skip the Line loan on Libby, and I feel like I missed a couple of things. I know that this one, people say the next one is better, but I'm really enjoying this. I like it a lot, but this is not a good audiobook in the car. Maybe the audiobook is better if you're making a puzzle or something, but not driving. Sorry, Christopher. So I guess it tends to be horror or like literary fiction that tends to work well for me personally in the car, or nonfiction. Although I'm not a big nonfiction listener, reader, but I do from time to time. This is my safety PSA. If you listen to audiobooks in the car, let's keep safety as a number one, because where I live in Austin, Texas, if you know, you know, the traffic here is absolutely an abomination, and any sort of traveling on any of the two major highways is literally just torture. When I'm in traffic, I want to make sure I'm not getting sideswiped. Do I have a dash cam? Yes, I do. If you live in Austin, it should be a requirement. Number one, before you get your license, do you have a dash cam? Yes, well, you can drive. I've lived in, Cape Town, South Africa. I've been a couple of places, and Austin is literally some of the worst drivers I've ever seen in my entire life. And this is a bit of a tangent, but if you if you visit Austin, something you'll notice, there's a lot of cars with a busted rear end or a front end or side swipe damage. I'm telling you, it's comical. It's comical. Be careful out there. Moving on. What speed do I listen to my audiobooks at? Now, again, this depends on the audiobook narrator. I actually did ask this in the community tab post. I asked the question, what speed do you listen on? And I got a bunch of varied responses. So thank you so much for commenting. I just love hearing from all the different people. It's so fun. To all the people listening at 2.5 and up, maybe 2.3 and up, you're a superhero. Because I don't have that power. I don't have it because my brain just can't keep up. I do push it to 1.5 and above. I keep it there in the sweet spot. Sometimes I'll speed it up, sometimes I'll slow it down. Yeah, like I said, the narrator. Depends on the narrator, because someone like Stephen Fry reading the Harry Potter books, he's doing a whole thing. He's got all the voices going. He's doing a production, a 10-hour, 13-hour production. So you kind of want to bask in the greatness of his performance. Sometimes I have cranked a book up to 2 times speed when I just want it to be done. And I'm too stubborn to DNF the book. I will put the speed up. Whatever, it's my book. So yes, so let me know what speed you keep your books on. Or does it vary? Does it vary? Have you tried 3 times speed? The people with superpowers? You know what I've heard people do as well? Is they listen to the audiobook while reading it at the same time. So you have the physical and the audiobook at the same time. What is my current read? Another side note. I am currently listening to Horror Movie by Paul Tremblay. I didn't like Head Full of Ghosts. Didn't like that one at all, but I'm really liking Horror Movie. This one is creepy. The mask? Ooh, cigarette burns? Ooh, gross. Love it. Now it's time to get into the recommendations and my best and worst. Frida McFadden books. The narrator, I don't know if it's the narrator or the book, but the narrator also sounds whiny. Like they just come with like this bitchy attitude. I just don't enjoy it at all. Not a fan. And also, it's hard to listen to without like a constant eye roll. The latest Frida McFadden one I listened to was The Teacher. And this one was extra boring, extra lame. I did a little short on it, but it was just really generic, surface level, boring. Like, how can something about a taboo subject be so boring? I think there's a lot to discuss here with like power dynamics and things. I feel like there's probably a better book that covers this topic. Never Lie I listened to. Again, really cool premise, but also our main character is annoying. I didn't like it. And it just sounds more annoying as like when a person reads it out loud. The next one I listened to was a YA book, and I usually don't really do YA. I have a couple on my shelves because I do want to give them a shot. I don't want to write YA off just immediately, just because I'm not in that age demographic. But Tokyo Ever After I listened to. I probably maybe would have enjoyed it more as not an audiobook because the narration did come off like super young. And I know the main character is super young, but there's a way of portraying that character that I just didn't enjoy. I didn't enjoy it. That's my fault though. I heard a lot about the book and thought, let me give it a shot, but it didn't work for me. The next one is probably the worst book I've ever listened to, and it's Maeve Fly. Yes, even worse than Frida McFadden. Maeve Fly, the main character was such a try-hard, guys. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, the fact that I listened to this, I don't want to know, 6 months ago, and it still sticks with me, like how just insufferable this main character is. She's really trying hard to be like an edgy person. Like, she's trying really hard to be edgy, and it just comes off, I don't even know. It doesn't come off that way. It comes off weird. And again, this whole book was an eye roll. Let me know what you thought of Maeve Fly, because truly a 1-star for me. Next is the book I was talking about earlier, where I kind of got lost because it's not a good audiobook in the car type option. So Rouge by Mona Awad. I do think this was a mistake to listen to in the car. I got lost so many times. Who's this Tom Cruise? Who is this? Who are we doing? What's happening? What's the beauty treatment? Where are we going? So yes, my mistake. I know that this is probably a fun read. It's kind of like surrealist in a way. I felt lost a lot of the time. But it also could have been the subject, the idea of the beauty industry preying on a certain type of person. I did prefer Natural Beauty by Ling Ling Huang. I loved that book. I think maybe that's just more my speed of book, covering heavy topics like this or interesting social commentary topics like the beauty industry. That's the one I would recommend. But if you're looking for a crazy, goofy, fun time, Rouge for sure. Just not as an audiobook while you're driving. Let's move on to the ones I loved every minute the listening experience for these books. When something makes my heart, like, I'm sitting on the wheel, I'm going like this, and I'm just like, oh, I can't believe she said that. Those are the books I'm looking for. So anyways, let me get to the first one. The Killer Across the Table, read by the Glee alumni, Jonathan Groff, also from the TV show Mindhunter. He reads it. If you're a true crime girly, I highly recommend Killer Across the Table and the Mindhunter book. If you love the show as well, and sad that it was cancelled or discontinued, highly recommend those two books. Insane stuff. And it just felt like a podcast. I'm a huge podcast listener, so these two just felt like one really long podcast. The next one is Sisterwife, a memoir of faith, family, and finding freedom. Christine, if you're listening, if you're watching, because you're not, but if you are, I don't like that title. It's a bit long. Just workshop it a bit. Anyways, I'm a huge Sisterwives fan. Hands up if you're a Sisterwives fan. Hands up, hands up. I've seen all the seasons. I'm currently watching Sisterwives right now. Every Sunday, Sisterwives Sunday, guys. Sisterwives Sunday, get on the train. I didn't think it would be possible to despise Cody more every week, but every week he manages to outdo himself. I don't know how he does it. It's a gift at this point. Anyways, back to Christine's book. I loved this book. Is it almost exactly what you've seen on the show? Yes. Are there tiny itty bitty bits of new things? Not really. We know all this. It was just wild to be taken back to that story when Truly had her kidney issues and when Christine was just... And is read by Christine too. I love that. So Christine is telling us the story again of what happened to Truly when she got so dehydrated that she almost died. Her organs were she was going into kidney failure. I was literally crying at the red light when Christine was telling the story of when Truly went to Disneyland and she shows her scar, her surgery scar to Flynn Rider. Oh my God. That literally got me. Truly, you are a treasure. If you're a Sisterwives fan, let me know. Are you watching the new season? Let me know. So done with the nonfiction. Moving on to The Dutch House, read by the Tom Hanks. It was awesome. This was an example of a book where I didn't have it cranked up too high, the speed, so I could listen to Tom Hanks's performance. I really like this one. The story is told by Cyril's son Danny as he and his older sister, the brilliantly acerbic and self-assured Maeve, are exiled from the house where they grew up by their stepmother. The two wealthy siblings are thrown back into poverty their parents had escaped from and find that all they have to count on is one another. It is this unshakable bond between them that both saves their lives and thwarts their future. If you like family drama stuff, we have stepmothers, we have brother and sister, we have a family house, so highly recommend. And because it's read by Tom Hanks. Getting into my favorite genre of audiobook, of books in general, but specifically, I like to listen to these as audiobooks. If we have an unhinged, delusional main character, and it is a first-person perspective, and bonus points if this main character maybe kills people, maybe thinks about killing people, maybe rationalizes why killing people is fun. Just is all around crazy. I love it. Put it into my veins. Or a main character that says things that people might not say out loud. We'll get into it. So, number one here is Creep by Emma van Straten. Guys, this one, you need to get on it. Get on this one. It is truly fantastic. I just love being in the head of a person like this. And let me read you the synopsis, okay? Or the thing from Goodreads or whatever. Alice and Tom are made for each other. deeply connected. They share a flat in London, go to galleries together, enjoy the same books and wine. They even share a toothbrush. It's all picture perfect. Except Alice and Tom have never met. Alice has been cleaning Tom's apartment every Wednesday for a year. With every smudge wiped from his coffee cup, every multivitamin counted in the jar, Alice spirals deeper into infatuation, imagining a love so powerful it might erase a lifetime of self-hatred and loneliness. But as Alice prepares for the moment when she and Tom will finally meet face to face, she discovers that love might not be the cure she thought it was. Instead, their coming together sets off a chain of events that shatters everything Alice thought she knew and burns her world to the ground. I listened to this when I had to go update my driver's license. I had like an hour in the car and an hour back. I basically listened to the whole thing in one day. It was so amazing. The narrator of this audiobook deserves an award. Okay, so apparently it's read by Hanako Footman. I can't look up on Libby right now, the one I listened to, but it seems like that's who it was. You deserve an award. You are a gem of a narrator. It just sounded like I was in this person's head. It was so good. I think the way she rationalizes it, the way she talks about her obsessions, it felt like really intimate and like in the coolest, best way possible. I love these like morally dubious characters. Maybe more than morally dubious. I had a different book next, but let me go to, along the same lines, Netflix has the show You. Well, that was a book, and so by Carolyn Kepnes, You, the first one, on audiobook is like, the guy who narrates as Joe is perfect. He killed it. In Joe's head, he like makes fun of the people around him, right? He hates everyone essentially. And when Joe is making fun of these people, the narrator is doing the same thing in terms of like putting on voices. It's just a brilliant performance. Don't read the book, you have to listen to it. It's perfect. Last but not least, I'm going to talk about The Days of Abandonment by Elena Ferrante. A little bit more of a heavy topic, but still from the first person perspective of a woman experiencing a troubled time in her life. Let me read you the Goodreads or the synopsis. A national bestseller for almost an entire year, The Days of Abandonment shocked and captivated its Italian public when first published. It is the gripping story of a woman's descent into devastating emptiness after being abandoned by her husband with 2 young children to care for. When she finds herself literally trapped within the 4 walls of their high-rise apartment, she is forced to confront her ghosts and the potential loss of her own identity and the possibility that life may never return to normal. Now, I've never been divorced, I don't have kids, but this was devastating. So honest, like this kind of radical honesty is something I just want to keep reading about. It's truly fascinating. I tried to read Elena Ferrante's other books, it just didn't click with me. The Neapolitan trilogy, I think is what it's called. Not a fan, but I loved The Lost Daughter. Oh my god, and The Days of Abandonment. Holy, these two, sign me up, put it in my veins. I definitely would want to listen to this one again because it is truly unhinged, but beautifully written. And the fact that it's a translation too, from Italian into English, it's kind of stunning. The translator deserves an award as well. One book I wish I listened to as an audiobook is The Push by Ashley Audrain. That one is also along the same lines as the previous ones I've discussed. Really good book as well. I enjoyed that one. I also made a video about that when I was reading it, so I'll try and link it somewhere. That's enough of me in my Halloween costume that is mediocre, as stated previously. Let me know your favorite audiobooks. Do you have recommendations similar to You and The Push and Days of Abandonment? I would love more of those recommendations. They truly fill me with joy. I don't think I'm right in the head, frankly, but alas. So if you have any recommendations, let me know. Yeah, I have a couple of videos planned. I'm open to suggestions, but I do have a couple of AI related videos planned and also a video planned about Luke Bateman. Have you heard of him? If you haven't, stay tuned. I think that's all for me and little pointer hand. We're gonna go eat the candy, the Halloween candy. If this video is released a week from Halloween, this is gonna be mighty awkward, so you're in the future right now. I hope Halloween was fun. Have a great day, and cheerio! Check out this video and subscribe in this area